Alright everyone, welcome back. It's me, Prime, again. With another video, and this means that another week, another One Piece manga chapter from Oda-sama that we can discuss and enjoy. So, today's chapter, March 28th, is called, we had a break last, yeah, we had a break last week, so 2 weeks ago was the last chapter, which was 1007, and today's chapter is 1008, called Leader of the Atamayama Thieves Brigade, Ashura Doji. And the cover story we have is Nico Robin. She's like there's like a horse next to Nico Robin. Nico Robin's sitting there. She uses her devil fruit, her Hana Hana no Mi, to give the horse wings. So now he's flying. It looks like he's learning, which is very nice. But let's get on with it. So we immediately go back to the treasure respiratory res, repository behind the tower, and the big reveal from last chapter was the reveal of a supposed Kozuki Odin, like Kozuki Odin showed up to help the scabbards, and we see the scabbards are all in tears and shock because they haven't seen Odin in years, 20 years, and they miss him so much. And he's talking about how Toki sent him into the future, and he can tell them later. And thing we have Kinyama, Nekomamushi, and what's her name again? His name, I mean, damn, I forgot her name. His name. It's one of the scabbards. Not Toki. I forgot, but uh, Odin, he's there. He looks good. He looks like just like how he was 20 years ago. And we see Inuarashi. We see Kamamatsu. We see Izo and uh, damn, it's been so long. I'm forgetting the names of the scabbards. And I forgot his name. The one with the glasses that got his face changed, and Ashura Doji's like, wait, that and Raizo too, and he tells him to wait because he's still suspicious because he says that it's a fake Kozuki Odin because of what Lady Toki said 20 years ago, that she could only send people to the future and mankind cannot return to the past. So, and he says that Odin clearly died on that day of the on that one day that he tried to go against Kaido because of Orochi, and Toki can only send people to the future. And then they're still skeptical. Well, Ashura Doji is, and then Odin, he pulls out his blade, one of his two blades, and he stabs Ashura Doji through the chest in front of everyone. And Ashura's Doji is letting Kinemon and everyone how they feel because they wanted him to be alone. And we see not Odin, his face, and he gets cut. And then we actually find out that it's Kanjuro disguised as Odin, using his actual like painting hand to make it look accurate. And he's still mocking the scabbards by telling them that he's Odin when he's clearly not a Kozuki Odin. And Hashira's on the ground, and the girl scabbard is telling him that she apologizes for not finishing Kanjuro off. The fight between Kanjuro and the scabbards got cut off for us, and we didn't get to see it. But what we did see was Kanjuro on the ground. It did look like he was dead, but he wasn't dead. Apparently, it was actually Kanjuro who came to see the scabbards, which is very heartbreaking because they miss Odin. The people of Wano miss Odin, and Kanjuro, like he is a kabuki play actor. That was his thing, right? And he was a loyal servant to Orochi, and he was with him the whole time, just pretending to be Odin. And now Kinemon, he pulls out his blade and he cuts part of fake Odin's face, and it's like a paper. It's like a drawing. So yeah, and they're all heartbroken and pissed off, and now I think they're gonna fight Odin. But and yeah, they mentioned the little cat things with the paper and the eyes on them, talking about how they said that Momonosuke was in danger. and that Momonosuke was with a Konoichi, which is Shinobu. And now Odin is fighting this fake Odin, which is Kanjuro, is fighting the Scabbards. And Ashura Doji, in his act of heroism, he tackles fake Odin out of basically the top, right under the roof. He tackles him out, and they go flying. There's a big explosion. It looks like Ashura wants to take down fake Odin with himself. And then there's a big explosion. Now moving on, it sees all the Scabbards are falling off from the top, and they see a sword. Kinemon sees a sword, and they're all pissed off at Kanjuro. They all whip out their blades, and the real Kanjuro comes out because Odin was a drawing made by Kanjuro. It wasn't Kanjuro himself, and he comes out, and he's talking about taking down the Kozuki family. And there's right in the middle of all of that, Jack walks in, and he's like brandaged up in his Zoan form, just taking a stroll. And this is not looking good for the Scabbards right now because they're surrounded by many enemies. I feel like they could take down Kanjuro. I don't know about Jack though. They probably could, considering that they were Odin's servants and they were very highly recognized in the land of Wano 20 years ago. But now we see Raizo, Inuarashi, and Nekomamushi all together standing, the three of them, and Inuarashi is basically telling Raizo and Nekomamushi to go ahead, and he'll take down, well, not take him down, but he'll hold off Jack for them to escape. And when they run away, we see Inuarashi, he's just standing there, and then Jack is talking his trash, telling Inuarashi that he shouldn't be fighting because he's injured. And Inuarashi, like, you're injured too, so what's up? Like, we could get it. And yeah, so we're gonna see, though, Inuarashi is now gonna fight Jack, and some of the Scabbards are gonna leave. And the next thing that we see is this man Orochi. Orochi is alive, and I did not think for a second that he was dead, because Orochi was supposed to be a big villain in this. I know he's kind of like a secondary villain to Kaido, but he's kind of like a big villain in this, and his devil fruit, the Yamata no Orochi, in which he has like the nine heads. When Kaido cut off his head, I did not think he was dead because of his devil fruit. It could be like where like a cat has 9 lives, Orochi has like 9 heads, and he has 8 now, and he's alive, and he's with some of his ninjas, and he's pissed off at Kaido, telling him that he made a big mistake, and now he's gonna burn down on Onigashima, because Onigashima is still in the sky. If you don't remember, it's still in the sky, and he's gonna burn down Onigashima and escape for everyone to die, which includes Kaido, Scabbards, Big Mom, Straw Hats, the Alliance, everyone. So that's what Orochi is planning to do. And then we cut away from all of that, and we go back to Momonosuke. We go back to Momonosuke thing with Shinobu and Yamato. And he's explaining to them about his devil fruit when he ate at Punk Hazard, which allows him to turn into a dragon. And he tells them about he turns into that dragon whenever he's surprised or sad. And Yamato, she sees parallels to what her dad has, Kaido, with his fish fruit, his devil fruit, and she's thinking about that. She's seeing it as, if we can get Momonosuke to get into a beast form like Kaido and fight, then that would be a great benefit. We could possibly win this battle. And Yamato is also talking about wanting to fight her dad because she wants to be Kozuki Odin. And yeah. And he says that Luffy is greatly weakened. And Shinobu asks Momonosuke how he knows that, which is very weird to me, because how would Momonosuke know that Luffy is in trouble? It's kind of sus. Might be explained in the future. And we finally go back to the rooftop after like 3 chapters, I guess. I don't know. But we go back to the rooftop of Onigashima with the supernovas and the two Yonko. And here we see Law, Killer, Kid, Zoro, and Luffy right there. And they look kind of exhausted. Luffy's all bruised up. And Luffy, he's going in for the charge. And he's going in to fight, and he just gets smacked back. Literally smacked back. And Zoro, he just turns his right, and he sees Luffy crushed into a bunch of rubble. And Luffy, he says that they're just as human as we are. Which is kind of like, I guess he's trying to make the two Yonkos sound like they're not all that. And Killer even says it, and I quote, "I'm amazed he can call them the same species as us." And Luffy, he's asking them, like, what are they doing? Because they're just standing there expecting us to lose. And Zoro's telling them that they're trying to think of a way to win, which is smart because, planning is like a really good thing to do. And okay. And then we see Law. Law, he's bruised up. They're all bruised up. And Law is telling them that the two Yonkos, since they're too much of a strong force together, we should separate them and peel them apart. And Zoro agrees. And Killer says that with those two standing side by side, it looks like we're in hell. And Luffy says that suits me fine. I've been to hell. I've been to hell and back a few times already. It's home territory. And Kaido says the light never leaves your eyes, does it? That's it, Straw Hat. And then the chapter ends with Kaido and his. So it shows Kaido standing next to Big Mom with his hybrid form, his changed form, and he has like horns. He has horns, and like he has more horns more on his forehead and like behind his forehead, like behind his original horns that he had before. His claws look more menacing. They turn into like Wolfman fingers, and he has like long nails now. I thought it would be a much bigger change, but that's what it is. Maybe he has more, but you never know. But yeah, chapter 1008, it was a really good chapter. Definitely worth the wait, knowing with all the stuff with Kanjuro, and we get to see Kaido's changed form a little bit. If I like it, I don't know if I like it more than some of the others, like the last like 8 chapters, because we've been in chapter 1000 plus for 8 chapters, but it was really good. There's April 4 is the next chapter, no break next week, which is awesome. And next week another One Piece chapter to discuss and read. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and see you in the next one. Peace.